Very good morning, children. Hope you all have read the lesson and also done the given assignment. Now let's get started for today's class. Before I start off with today's session, let me tell you what we will be doing in today's class. We will do a recap of what we learned in the previous class and continue the lesson. We will also do some vocabulary. We will learn a small part of grammar, which is prefix and suffix. We will then summarize what we have learned today. And then I will let you all know what you will have to do in your classwork. And then I will also let you all know what is the assignment for today. In the previous class, we saw how a little boy of 10 to 12 years was watching the plane for some time. Suddenly, he comes from the bushes of the trees and sees that the enemy has shot the plane, and a pilot escapes via a parachute and he falls down. The boy goes up to the pilot and says, "Come with me, sir. There is no time to lose. There is an army camp nearby and you will be safe there." But the poor pilot couldn't even walk because his leg was fractured. So the pilot asked the little boy, "Can you do something for me?" The boy was ready to help. He said, "Yes, sir, anything for you." The pilot's hands were bleeding. He put his bleeding hands into the pocket and took out a packet of paper and gave it to the boy and told him to go to the commanding officer of the army unit and give it to him, and also inform the commanding officer that this has to reach the Air Force Station Ambala by night. And he also told the little boy to be very careful and run as fast as he could. The little boy was worried about the pilot. He asked the pilot, "What about you, sir?" The pilot said, "Don't worry about me, I can escape. I will try and distract them. You may run and hand over the packet." The boy gave a big salute to the pilot and ran as fast as he could. While he was running, the enemy soldiers saw him and they tried to catch him, but they couldn't. So they even tried to shoot him, but still they couldn't. Once they knew that the boy was out of sight, the enemy turned the direction towards the pilot. The boy ran as fast as he could and finally reached the sentry post of the army unit. As soon as he went there, he saw a soldier standing near the gate and told the soldier that he wants to meet the commander Sahib as he has to give something to him. That was about the lesson that we learned. Now let's have a recap of the grammar that we have learned. The grammar was noun clause. Now I'll just do another recap of noun clause. A noun clause is a group of words that include a subject and a verb and that functions as a noun. Noun clause usually begins with words like how, that, what, whatever, when, whenever, where, wherever, which, whichever, who, whoever, whom, whomever, etc. Now, let's get on to today's lesson. Let's turn to page number 19. And before that, for those of you who don't know how a commanding officer looks, I've put up a picture in the PPT, and also our army sentry post picture has been posted. Little boy, you cannot go to the Commander Sahib. No one is allowed to go to his room unless it is very important. What I have is very important. It is from the pilot whose plane was shot down. You mean the plane that just crashed? A rescue party has gone to look for him. Yes, I had gone there to bring him back to safety. The enemy was after him. He was injured and couldn't walk. He gave me a packet. I must guide the CO to the officer and show him where the enemy lines are. The sentry spoke into the field telephone. A sepoy came to the sentry post and took the boy to the commanding Sahib. "Who are you and why do you want to see me?" the commanding officer asked. "My name is Makbul Bhatt. My father was awarded a medal for bravery. He died fighting for the nation. My mother and I live here now. I was watching the plane when I heard an anti-aircraft gun fire and saw the plane become unsteady. I saw him fall down to the ground. I knew I must save him. The enemy was just a little distance away. I ran to bring him back by a shortcut. When I reached him, I found that he could not walk. He was bleeding profusely. He told me not to worry about him, but to try and get this packet to you and tell you that it must reach Ambala tonight. It is very important. Son, weren't you afraid of the enemy?" My father told me never to be afraid of the enemy. They can't do anything if our number is not written on the bullet. Good, you are indeed the brave son of a brave soldier. Has the enemy been able to catch the pilot? In today's lesson, we see that the boy reaches the commander officer but he's not allowed to go and meet him. That unless it is very important, you can't meet the commanding officer. So the little boy says it is about the plane that crashed and the pilot has given something to him to hand it over to the commanding officer. So immediately the soldier asks, "Is it the plane that crashed and is a team has already gone to search for him?" But the boy says, "Yes, I was there when the plane crashed and the pilot couldn't walk. So he gave me some papers to hand it over to the commanding officer." Then the soldier at the sentry post immediately spoke to someone over the telephone, and then there was a sepoy who comes and takes the boy to the commanding officer. Now sepoy is, in other words, is a soldier. So when the boy is taken to the commanding officer is asking the boy, "Who are you and why do you want to see me?" Then the boy says, "My name is Makbul Bhatt and my father was awarded a medal for bravery. He died fighting for the nation." And then he narrates the whole story about how he saw the plane and what happened to the pilot, and he also hands over the letter to the commanding officer telling that the pilot told it should reach Ambala tonight. So then the commanding officer is asking the little boy, "Are you not scared of the enemy?" The little boy said, "I am not, because my father told me not to be scared of the enemy, and unless it is written in your fate that you have to die, you will not die." So then the commanding officer tells the little boy, "You are indeed the brave son of a brave soldier." And then the commanding officer asks the little boy, "Is the pilot being caught by the enemy?" Now we'll stop till here, and in the next class we will see what happens. Is the pilot rescued and are the enemies caught? We'll see in the next class. Now let's go on to some vocabulary. Now I've read the lesson for you and also explained the lesson. Now can we mark some new words? The first one is commander, second one crashed, third one enemy, fourth one safety, fifth one injured, sixth one sentry, seventh one bravery, eighth one aircraft, ninth one profusely, and the 10th one bleeding. Children, now we have gone through the lesson and also underlined the new words. Now let's get into vocabulary. Now today we will see some synonyms. What are synonyms? Synonyms are similar words from the lesson. Allowed, permitted. Rescue, save. Bravery, courage. Sepoy, soldier. Afraid, scared. Let's see how to frame sentences for certain words. The first one, crashed. She crashed the car into a tree, but no one was hurt. The meaning of the sentence is, she was driving a car and she hit the car to a tree, but no one was hurt. Enemy. Speak well of your friend, of your enemy say nothing. Speak good things about your friends, but if you have an enemy, do not talk anything bad. The third one, awarded. The winner was awarded a gold medal, which means that there might have been a competition and the winner was awarded a gold medal. Now, let's get into grammar. Today's grammar topic is prefix and suffix. What are prefix and suffixes? Words you already know and make them into new words. All you have to do is add a few letters before the word. These are called prefixes, or add a few letters after a word. These are called suffixes. Here's an example. The word place. Add re and it becomes replacement. Let's look at the word do. Do, redo or undo. The prefix re means again or do it again. And what about the word un? In the word undo, un is an opposite. If you undo something, you reverse what you have done. So now let's see a few examples for suffixes. Now the word happy is an adjective. How can we make it into a noun? It's simple. To the word happy, add ness, it becomes happiness. Two more adjectives to express feelings. Sad, blessedness, sadness. Tired, blessedness, tiredness. It's very simple, children. All you have to do is either put a word in the beginning or add a word to the end, but you have to make sure it is grammatically correct. Let's summarize what we have done today. We have learned how to read page number 19. We have underlined a few new words. Along with that, we have learned few synonyms which are similar words. We have learned how to frame sentences, and also we have learned grammar, a very small chapter which is prefix and suffix. Now let's go to the assignment part. Now on your book on page 26 you have few words where you have to add prefix and suffix. All what you have to do is either you have to add a word in the beginning or at the end and see if it is grammatically correct. The first one I have done, which is justice. So I have added a prefix which makes it injustice. For the second one, child, I have added ish and made it childish, which is a suffix. Now children, please follow what I have done and do the same way for your assignment. And your classwork, I will be sending a WhatsApp image. Please look at that and write as it is written in the book. And any queries, always feel free to call me if you have any doubts in your grammar or the lesson. Until then, bye.